We get some questions from the audience, and one of them that's been popular recently is about reflection.
Hmm.
So taking time to process what's been going on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So I've been asking a couple of the most recent guests, like how do you approach reflection?
Yeah, great question. I try to allocate, I mean, the simple answer is I try to allocate time for reflection. Um, Typically mornings work pretty well for me. So I try to listen as much as I can to what everyone has to say on my team, but also across the company, across the organization, and then allocating time to think about kind of the what's noise, what's signal, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
And kind of try to kind of understand what steps we need to take, or what's kind of going on in one area. So what can I do to improve the kind of the operations, the business overall. But I think dedicated time typically works for me, and I think it should work in general. The other way maybe to think about it is in terms of high leverage activities. So I don't know if you've read it's a famous book, High Output Management by Andy Grove, the ex-CEO at Intel, and he has a nice way to kind of enable leaders and managers to think about their daily schedule in terms of activities that are low leverage kind of versus high leverage, meaning activities that kind of increase the productivity of your team, or activities that are not, period. So being thoughtful about kind of your schedule, and basically being in control of your schedule, and making sure that there's enough kind of high leverage activities on your schedule is also very important. I kind of consider this area of kind of reflecting and thinking about everything that's happening with the company as a high leverage activity, because that can result in certain actions that one may take, maybe some training program as an example, that can make everyone better, make everyone more effective. So that's kind of how I think about it. It's probably easier than I'm making it sound, because given the nature of kind of today's business environment, I think everyone has a lot of kind of meetings on their plates, and I often find myself in kind of days where I'm in back-to-backs. But it's something that I try to pay attention to make sure that I have enough time to reflect and to think about what I can do to improve things.